black people. This is where I get so disappointed, especially with us black men.
Talk about it.
It seems like we're each other's enemies. It's like we're mad at each other.
Talk about it.
It's like, bro, I'm running the same race you running, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that just baffles me with, like, you got a lot of these black dudes, like, you know, if I speak and some guy be like, you know, or, you know, they don't speak or, you know, whatever. It's like they try to be cool or hard. It's like, Negro, I'm running the same race you run. I'm acknowledging you because I know the things you're going through because I'm going through those same things, or I will go through those same things, or I have gone through the same thing.
Me and my brother talked about it. I actually had a conversation with a guy today. But me and my brother, it's actually gonna be a clip coming out soon. We talked about how, you know, rappers especially, but I'm gonna just say, you know, a lot of black people in general can't go back home. You know, how many rappers get killed at home? You know, majority of them. I would go out on a limb and say 80-85% of the homicides from rappers are at home. In their hometown is where it happens at. You know, you got exceptions like Pac and Big. They weren't in their home city. You know, you get there's exceptions, but majority of the time, it's at home in their home turf, the hood they grew up in, is where it happens. And, you know, I posed the question. I was like, I'm sure Tom Brady can go back to his old neighborhood just fine. Drew Brees can go back just fine. Taylor Swift can go back just fine. Justin Bieber can go back just fine. Why can't Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne don't live in Louisiana no more. Boosie don't live in Louisiana no more. You know what I mean? Like, so it gets to a point where it's like, dang, why can these people go right back home and be cool, but then these people can't? Like, I don't know what it is about our mentality, man, but something you said on this podcast early on, I quote it all the time. You said our people are sick, and they are. They are, because I posed that question to you. What is your opinion on that? Why can and now this is all assumption because maybe Tom Brady can't go back home, but most likely Tom Brady can go home. He won't
get killed if he goes back home.
Right. The worst, he may get booed or hated on, but he ain't gonna get killed. Yeah. But let's not even do athletes. Let's just keep it music. Justin Bieber can go back home, but Lil Wayne can't. Right. Why do you think that is?
It's just I think there's other multitudes of it. I think because we're competing, it's kind of like, okay, if you think of like in the hood, there's only so many spots, to be honest, to get out of the hood. Like, just being honest, there's only so many spots. Not saying if I can't get out, but there's only so many spots. Like, just because statistically, it's just against you. We all know that. You know? So, obviously, that's clear across the board, you know, with a lot of things. But statistically, there's only so many spots. So I think when you're going up, you do have to step on some toes. You do have to step on some heads. And I think for us black people, we take things so we're very emotional people. I don't know if people realize that we're very emotional people. We react off of a lot of emotions.
Yeah, I can agree.
And so I think, and then for us, there's a code in the hood because you got to think, Justin Bieber. Let's say Justin Bieber, he's what, from Canada, Toronto. There's not.
Yeah, he's probably a bad example because he's from Canada, but yeah.
But I mean, hell, what's another white artist?
I'm trying to think of one.
You know what I'm saying?
Eminem still lives in Detroit.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I Googled it. He still lives in Detroit.
Yeah. So like with white folks, for us black folks, it's like we live by this code. And for white folks, they don't live by a code. I mean, they do have like the Southern code and stuff like that. You ain't Southern, you're doing this. But I think that's most of everybody in the South. But overall, if you're like the hood is like, because most people, you don't leave that area. So in the hood, you know almost everybody. You deal with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. It's a community within a community. So a lot of black folks in general, we live by a code. And I think if you step outside that code, then we feel like you're disrespecting us. So I think that's only Lil Wayne's problem. Well, I say our black artists, but Lil Wayne, reason why is because when you leave, and a lot of us black folks, I think we expect things given
Yeah,
back to us.
a handout from one
Yeah,
of our own. Yeah,
it's like, nah, man. And I mean, unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but the white community doesn't have to deal with that compared to the black community. So I think it's a lot of variables, and you're comparing apples to oranges, but they're both fruit, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, no, no. That's a perfect analogy. That's a perfect analogy.